Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, Good Pods, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 7 Deuce coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So, I just watched Red Notice. It is the new action heist comedy. I mean, if it's Ryan Reynolds, it's gonna have some elements of comedy. This on Netflix. Stars The Rock, as I said, Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot. It is directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber, who has directed Dodgeball, a true underdog story. He also directed We're the Millers, Central Intelligence with The Rock, Skyscraper with The Rock. The Rock is a lawman. He's got a tip that a very priceless artifact is about to be stolen, and dominoes fall, and he, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot are in this life of thieving and stopping and catching the crooks and trying to achieve this greatness of thievery. I don't know, that was a shitty plot synopsis, but it's like any detail within the plot is a spoiler, in my opinion. I've seen, so like, I think the story was very paint by numbers. It's the stars of this movie that carry the whole thing. The Rock and Ryan Reynolds chemistry is what makes this movie entertaining. There are some conveniences within the story, within the characters are in a pickle. Oh, here's a Mario block to advance. But I didn't care. I was entertained. Ryan Reynolds it felt like he was like Deadpool cranked up a notch in this movie. Like quotables, zingers, one-liners from start to finish. There were only a couple times that I think that they didn't land. I think Gal Gadot does some of her best work in this. I don't know if it was the writing, her delivery, or what, but her dialogue was as good as The Rock and Ryan Reynolds. This is a $7 production. Like I said at the top, The Rock and Rawson Marshall Thurber have worked together for 3 movies now. Like, they're comfortable. This is their project. They invited 2 other huge stars to play with them, and I think it works. Like, you're there. I don't want to say you're there for the stars and not the story, because without the story is good enough to get you through it. The plot just isn't anything to write home about. There's a lot of fun to be had. The third act, there's going to be a sequel. No matter if, like, this is I didn't know this movie was gonna be in theaters like that. I knew last weekend it got like a limited release, but then it popped up in my theater this weekend. So I don't know how much it'll make in a theater, but Netflix is gonna come out like, OMG, this is the biggest Netflix release since who knows what, and blah 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 blah. Red Notice 2 coming 2027. Like, they're gonna announce a sequel before the end of the year. And I want to see it. With all that being said, in my opinion, as much as I want to say Red Notice is this, I'm going to say it's almost dope. Have you seen Red Notice, man? What you think about it? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. I recently just posted a review for Clifford, the Big Red Dog. I've just recently posted a review for Eternals. Next weekend, I want to watch Ghostbusters Afterlife. I want to watch King Richard. The weekend of Thanksgiving, I want to watch and review House of Gucci, Encanto, Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, and maybe Bruised with Halle Berry, also on Netflix. So, Reg League Podcast, episode 72. Ghostbusters is coming, directed by Jason Reitman. His dad, Ivan Reitman, directed the first two. So we're going to discuss their filmographies together. One long discussion about their filmographies. I think it'll be fun. So like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.